Good afternoon, everybody. Sean Hewitt here from the Trusted Business Community Association, and today I'm interviewing Karina Kantas. Karina is of Author Assist Limited. However, there's a little bit more to Karina than first meets the eye. She's a new NLP practitioner. She's a host of Behind the Pen. She's the co-host of Flashback Radio Show. Where do you get all the time to do all of this, Karina? This is what I'd like to know. You're a busy, busy lady. Welcome to our interview with you. Trusted Business Community accredited member, Karina Kantas. How are you?
I'm very well, Sean. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, where does the time go? I mean, normal people, they work like 7 hours a day. I work 10 to 14. Maybe even more than that. It's only because I have chronic insomnia. I don't sleep. Because if I slept those 7-8 hours a person is supposed to sleep, then I wouldn't be working as much and I wouldn't be able to get as much done. So because I've got those extra hours, I use them for work.
You see, you're utilising the time that you've got on your hands. I like
Exactly.
it. I love it. That's great. So just basically, so tell us a little bit more. I mean, you're involved in a lot, NLP. How does that fit into the work that you do? Also, tell us a bit more about all the other aspects of what you're doing. You've effectively. I mean, let's look at it. I mean, you're a TV host. You're an award-winning author. You're a podcaster, a publicist, a radio host, a graphic designer, a producer, a winning filmmaker, and an author, coach, and mentor. I mean, tell us more.
Oh, that's just a little bit.
Scratching the surface.
I'm really creative in work and play. In my hobbies, I'm creative there. I have that drive. I have that blood. I have the education, what I've learned over the 30 years that I've been doing this, and I have the talent, the natural talent. It's just come to me. It's without sounding boasting or anything. So I am an award-winning author. Thank you for mentioning that. Of 14 fiction books. I started my first book back in 30 years ago. I tried to publish it myself. Well, I tried to find a publisher because back then there were no ebooks. We're going way back. So everyone had to find a publisher or an agent to really get anywhere with their books. And I got maybe 100 rejections before I said, okay, this is not working. I'm going to try and do it myself. At the time, there was only actually Lulu that was publishing paperbacks. Amazon weren't doing KDP then. I don't think, if I remember right. I don't think they were. Because Kindle, because it didn't exist. So yeah, it was only Lulu that was doing it. So I got this email from this Christian publisher giving me, I'll do this for you, we'll do that for you, we'll make you this, and just stars were in my eyes, and I was like, yeah, it's exactly what I want. And of course, naive debut author like I was, I signed the contract. They were a vanity press, and yes, they burned me badly. I think even now, I think they're still getting money off one of my old books, and I can't do anything about it. A lot of authors took them to court. Meadow Books, they were called at the time, and I can say that because they're not around anymore. We took them to court. We won the case. We got not a penny because straight away they declared bankruptcy. We didn't get anything, and within 2 weeks they were out there under another name. And unfortunately, there are hundreds of companies like that, major big companies that are sharks and that will take every penny an author has, and you'll be delivered with a book that hasn't been edited, hasn't been formatted, and you didn't see the small print of the contract. So when you try and get it out, more money. I help my clients get out of these contracts. I've been doing that. I've done at least 4 now that I've got them out. I've got their book back. I've got all their rights back, and I've republished that book correctly for them. You can see one of the testimonials on my website from one of these people who actually calls me a fairy godmother to authors. And that is where I got my little catchphrase from, because of this author that I helped out. So what do I do? Author Assist, we pre-publish books, so we get them ready for publishing. We make sure that they're correctly formatted, edited, and the cover design is perfect. And don't think about just grabbing anything or getting a pre-made one from Amazon or whatever. The cover design, people do, they do look at the cover before anything else on a book, and it needs to stand out, but it also needs to relate to the books that people are looking for. So when you're thinking about cover design, you need to go onto Amazon, look for your genre of fiction, look for the topic you're writing if it's non-fiction, and look at the top 100 books, especially the top 10. Look at those covers. Your cover has to relate to those covers, because the person, the consumer who's looking for that book, is looking at that design.
Gotcha.
You need to stand out, but you also need to follow the herd to get seen.
I absolutely get that, to be fair, honestly, Karina, because the, first impressions, isn't it? And the eye sees what the heart desires.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's got to be, the impact has got to be hard hitting.
Yeah.
So that somebody can almost recognise the type of book they're wanting to read.
And it's from the cover. Exactly. But you still need to stand out from the other 10.
Yeah, of course.
So you need someone who knows what they're looking for, a designer who knows how to do all this. So like I said, you can go somewhere else and buy a cheap cover, but if you want it to stand out, if you want to sell that book, then you need to do it properly. So that's what we do. We make sure it's edited properly, formatted properly, and you've got the cover, and it's 100% polished and ready to be published. Then the author has the choice of, are they going to go with a publisher? Are they going to go and do it themselves, or do they want us to do it? Now, if we upload the book, we do it correctly. And when I say correctly and safely, it's no good just uploading the book. There are ways of doing it. So when you get it done with us, we make sure that it gives the book the best chance of climbing up the Amazon charts and becoming a #1 bestseller. I'm not guaranteeing it, but the last 7 books that I've done have gone to #1 Amazon bestseller. So that's what we do with Author Assist. And then we have this amazing publishing marketing package, which is great for launching a new book. It's great for revamping a book that's been forgotten on Amazon. And it's good for those that have had a book out for a little while. The sales went really high at the launch. Now they're down. Now you need to give it that push. We cover, as you said, nearly every single multimedia platform, magazines, social media, journalism, newspapers, podcasts, radio, TV. So we get your book out to a potential over 100 million at least streaming on the actual TV channel. 600,000 of bloggers, 60k plus of social media people. The numbers are staggering. We get you out globally. We get you and your book out. And it's not just about, I always say this to my clients, it's not about selling the book. It's about selling yourself first. People want to know who the author is before they put their hand in their pocket and pay money for a book.
Yeah, no, I get that. I do get that. That's awesome. So that takes up your morning. So what about the other hours that you're awake for? So tell us a bit more about all the other things that you're doing as well.
Well, I mean, for the podcast, the radio and the TV, I'm having to put a TV show out every single week. So I'm interviewing, I'm editing, producing, and then giving this final completed episode to the TV company They're the ones that then put on the intro and outro. They then put it on the server. Once that goes out and is aired, then it goes to Roku TV and Amazon Fire and is streamed to a possible 100 million homes. So that goes out every week. I have my radio show. Thankfully, it's only once a month. I don't think I can cope with it if it was more than that. However, one of my clients who I've been working for over 10 years, he's an amazing science fiction writer. He has about 12 books now. I work with him on the books. He writes them, I publish them, I promote them, get them out. He's blind, so I basically manage everything to do with his books apart from him writing it. However, he's also a radio host. And being blind and me having my own radio show, I now co-host with him. I edit the show and I produce the show and then give it to the radio station ready for them to just play on the day. And that's once a week. So I do all that as well as doing author assist, which is book trailers, narrations, the promotion, the social media, VA work. Constantly, I'm taking over TikTok accounts for people. It's non-stop. I do not stop. I love what I do, but I do not stop. But yes, I do have some hobbies.
I was going to say, tell me about those hobbies.
Yeah, you've got to fit time in for yourself. Yeah. Hobbies are a self-care. It allows you to step away. Well, I won't say step away from the computer because it's nearly on 24/7, but it allows you to do something for yourself. So I sing. I've been singing all my life. I used to sing in a rock band back when I was younger. I now sing for a local choir. We've raised £16,000 in the last 2 years for local charities. Last term we did Mind Lancashire. This time it's Rose something for cancer. It's local vocals. We are 3 choirs, Preston, Wigan and Chorley, and we come together then as a whole choir, nearly 200 members, and sing for events, weddings. We did a flash mob once in St George's in Preston shopping centre a little while ago. That was really good fun. And yeah, we sing because we love singing. We love coming together as a massive community. We're doing so much over Christmas. It's crazy. And it just allows people to leave their house, come together as a social, sing, which just gets all of your emotions and feelings out, and raise money for charity at the same time. So that's what I do with my singing. Last year, this time, I was singing in Norway in the finals of the World Karaoke Championships, representing Greece, where I used to live. So I've done quite a lot with my voice. I hope one day to sing in a band again. Maybe if I have a little problem now with my throat, need to get that sorted. Seeing a specialist about that. He basically said I can't sing anymore. And I said, I'm sorry, but you're not taking the one thing that I love, the one thing that means more to me than anything. You're not taking that away from me. So I'm fighting with that at the moment, trying to keep my voice and do what I love. I also write, as you know. It's been a while since I picked up a pen. I'm about 80% the way through the second draft of my new book. So it will come out eventually. And I'm also putting together another collection of short stories, which I've got 2 already. So I'm hoping that will come out next year sometime when I get around to it, because I'm so busy. I'm a gamer. I go and I role play Dungeons and Dragons with an amazing team over in Pemberton, a Wigan, what they call themselves, Wigan Warcraft and role play group. Yeah, amazing group of guys and girls. We do 1 week board games, and I'm not talking Monopoly or Ludo. I'm talking absolutely amazing, mind-blowing, fun games. And then another week we do role play. And on Tuesdays I go to art group. Pemberton Art and Crafts, where I've been painting. I painted my first acrylic picture when I first started. That's on my wall outside. I've just finished a watercolor butterfly for my daughter, and I've started now on an oil painting, which is going absolutely ridiculously bad, but it will look beautiful when it's finished. I've never done role playing before. I've never done art before. These are all new things to me.
Brilliant. You'll find that I learned painting with oils, and that was the very first thing, apart from sort of like the watercolors as a child.
Yeah.
As a child, a young child growing up, I mean, sort of 9 to 12 years of age, I learned to paint with an artist who taught me how to paint with oils, and it's an amazing technique, even sort of not just painting with a brush, but also using
with the knife. And yeah, exactly. There is a technique to oil painting when it comes to acrylic and watercolor. Yeah.
Definitely. So, wow, what a busy lady you are. And it's not. Do you know what? I'm with you all the way on the fact that we do need time out from the busy schedules of work, because it is a recharge moment, irrespective of whether you're going and doing something else that's going to take still take effort and energy, but that positive energy that you're putting into something that you absolutely
you're doing it for
love,
you.
It's a give back moment to yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I totally get that, and I totally appreciate it, because I'm the one, and you know this probably better than the people listening into this call and watching us today. I'm always banging on about what you're doing at the weekend. I hope it's very little. Certainly, if it's work related, you shouldn't be working too many hours over the weekend. No. Take some time out. And you know, from my experience and your experiences, where we've met up on the Friday coffee drop-in, when you popped in there, I'm always telling people to go and have a nice relaxing weekend and recharge those batteries and do something you enjoy. Right, anyway, we've covered quite a bit today.
Now, there is so much. I could keep on talking. There is so much, and I want to tell people, about books and about writing books and the art of writing, and why people should do it, especially if they're an entrepreneur, if they have a small business. I could go on and on and on about that. So I'd love to do a part 2 with you, Sean.
Of course, you can do a part 2 with me, and we will do a follow-up interview to this one, and again we will feature it on our YouTube channel. However, obviously, now before I ask you where people can find you, let me ask you one question just before we ask, sort of like as we're coming towards the end of the interview now. But as somebody who's never written a book, I use myself by that example, because I'm the perfect example. I put myself in the shoes of somebody going, do you know what? I'd like to write a book. Where do you start? Where do you start putting the ideas together? How do you sort of, obviously, I can safely say that if I was going to write a book, I'd be coming straight to you first. That's where I would be starting.
Thank you.
However, from that person out there listening in, it seems such a big order and big task to do. Where do you sort of get the inspiration? Where do you get the idea of what book you want to write? If it's a book about business, because that's your thing, or whether it's a non-fiction or a fiction book, what is it that, how do you get there? How do you get that from having, I'd like to write a book, to actually sitting there going, now what do I do?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's another thing that Author Assist does. We have an amazing coaching and mentor package where we work with you right from the beginning. We set goals. You set goals for yourself. You're either a pantser or a plotter, and that goes with non-fiction or fiction. A plotter will sit there and think, right, I need a title, I need chapters. What is each chapter going to be? What am I writing about? Say I'm writing about timeline therapy, and which is what I do, NLP. I would have, I'm writing about NLP. These are my chapters. Each topic is going to be, this is going to be about this, that's going to be about that, that's going to be that. So you've got a little outline. That's how you start, with a small outline of what you're going to discuss in each chapter. Then you take one chapter, the topic, and you write say you like a blog post about the chapter, a small synopsis of what it's going to be. If you can do that for all your chapters, say you have 12 chapters, if you can do a little synopsis for all your chapters, that is how you start. And then you slowly work bit by bit. And when it comes to fiction, if you're going to write a fiction book, then those characters have already been nagging and talking to you for months, and you are ready, because they're not going to shut up unless you start doing what they're telling you to do.
Right.
So, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's your subconscious actually that's talking to you, not real people. So don't worry.
Brilliant. Well, you've answered the question, and I think there's probably a few people out there that would have liked to have sort of, like me, would be going, yeah, but I'd love to write a book, but what do I need to be thinking about to put that thing together? And you've just answered that absolutely beautifully. Thank you for answering that, for not just for me, but also for the listeners and watchers of the of this interview. We are coming towards the end, so before we go, first and foremostly, let's find out where people can find you.
As Author Assist, there we go. Author Assist by kk.com is the website. There is many different forms on there and things to just click on to get in touch with me, whether you want to know about narration, or you need a book trailer, or you'd like to talk about the coaching and writing a book, or you've already written a book and don't know what to do with it. Contact me on LinkedIn. Send me a message, contact me on Facebook. You can contact me as Karina Kantas on Facebook. I don't charge to give advice. This is what Author Assist is about. It's about helping people, let them know the right way of doing things so they don't get caught up in those traps. You need advice for anything, give me a bell, just give me a nudge. I will answer any message sent to me. I'm quite happy to do that. And then check out the testimonials on the website. They are all legit. Someone said to me they're too good to be true. They're amazing testimonials. They're all legit. I can get you in touch with the people that wrote them. Just to know that I am the real deal, okay? I never promise something I can't deliver. I've been doing this for 30 years. My team have over 30 years experience in each department. You're in good hands with Author Assist.
Thank you very much. And of course, you can also, anyone listening in, Karina can also be found in our directory. So you can always find her there too. So if you are looking, trustedbusinesscommunity.com, hit the directory, you'll find Author Assist there, and you can get in touch with her via all of the models that you can get hold of her on, whether it be email, telephone, or even a video call to her. You can even have a video call with her on there as well. However, we are coming towards the end. For those people listening in, don't forget to like and subscribe on the button below, because obviously there's more of these great interviews to come. This one has been a fantastic interview. I've been looking forward to this one, and it's definitely hit every point that I thought it would, which is a real buzzy interview with a lady who really does know what she's talking about. Karina Kantas, thank you so much for joining me here at the Trusted Business Community headquarters, and having this video opportunity so that we can tell the world a little bit more about you. Don't forget, if you need to get hold of her, you now know where to find her. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Karina.
Thank you, Sean.